Greetings, true believers. It's your old pal Spider-Man back at you again for another shave. Waking up with my cup of joe. I got my Nurse Dave mug, rearing to go with my morning espresso. So getting my day off to a good start there. I just had a very exciting few minutes. Went and got one of the new Paladins, the pirate handle release, which I will put a picture at the very end of this video of that brush. But very excited to have gotten one of those. I think Ken is releasing 18 of them today, and I think so far he's released about 5. They're coming one at a time on the Paladin Shaving Roundtable Facebook group. So that is the only way to get one of those brushes unless he puts one out and nobody claims it. It's a first come, first serve. As soon as he puts it up, first one to say, I'll take it, gets the brush. So I got really lucky, got a brush that I was very happy with, and can't wait to get it and try it out. It's got the skull and cross swords on it, like pirate ship flag, and I got it in the graphite color, so nearly black, so it'll look just like the Jolly Roger flag, which I'm so stoked about. Anyways, kind of in homage to that, I am going to be using another Paladin of mine, which is the Buck Rogers. This was my first Paladin brush, I believe, and no, it wasn't my first Paladin brush, but definitely my first Buck Rogers. This was actually the first Buck Rogers ever released, and I just love this brush. So we're gonna get going, and I'm gonna be using today a small sample, well, not really sample, but a small tub that CBL sent me. This is called Groundskeeper. It's a grass scent blend. Smells amazing. If you like those green, grassy, like fresh scents, it just smells like spring. It's not, I mean, it's probably, I would say it's probably considered a fougere, but it doesn't really smell fougere-ish to me. Fougere, to me, it has a lot of sharper notes to it, and this one really doesn't, but it just smells wonderful. I know I've been talking with Chris off and on about trying to replicate St. Charles Shave's Fairway, which was another grassy type scent, but I know that when Sue created that one, she was using carrot essence or carrot top or something, not the comedian, mind you, but the carrot top scent, because if you take the carrot tops and you break them and you smell the stems, that fresh juice that comes out of the carrots, that's pretty much spot on what the Fairway smelled like, and I loved it. And, well, St. Charles Shave is no more, so there's no way to get it. So I think the 1 or 2 tubs that I have left is all that I have. I got some aftershave, some balm, so when it's gone, and I'd love to get that scent replaced. This doesn't replace it. This isn't the same scent, but honestly, it's close enough that it does the trick. When I'm in the mood for that type of scent, this does the trick. I think the Fairway is just a little bit sweeter. And just a little less grassy. I know when Sue first created that scent, she named it Shamrock and sold it for maybe just a year or two before she changed it. I'm not really sure the history on that. It's a little bit tricky to load off these small tubs, so I'm going back and loading some more because I want to get this a little bit thicker. just doesn't have the, it doesn't have quite the surface area. The brush is bigger than the opening of the tub, so it takes a little bit more effort to get that out. But this is great. These little tubs, for limited edition runs, for just one-offs or test batches, it's great just to be able to get a little tiny bit of soap and try something out like that. I know Chris does that quite a bit. Another exciting thing that's going on, and again, flinging soap everywhere, tied it all into my shave today is go number 2 for the SpaceX launch, which is why I'm wearing my NASA shirt. So if you didn't watch or didn't hear or didn't know, Wednesday they attempted to launch the SpaceX rocket, which was going to take 2 Americans up to the International Space Station, and it'll be the first time since 2011, when they canceled the Space Shuttle program, that a US-made rocket being launched on US soil with US astronauts to go up in space. So pretty historic to get the space program back up again in our country. We've been using, I think, Japanese and Russian rockets to get our astronauts back and forth between the space station. So it's pretty cool. It did weather cancel on Wednesday. And from what I understand, weather today is looking like it's about a 50%. So not looking good, but we're crossing our fingers for that one. If you're watching this video, the coverage, by the time I get this uploaded, the coverage will have already started. From right now, coverage starts in about 35 minutes. So like I said, depending on how quickly I can get this uploaded, which my internet has been horrible, and what used to take me 20 minutes to upload sometimes takes an hour or 2. So I'm sure by the time I get this uploaded, the coverage will have already started. I know you can watch it on YouTube Live. You can watch it on Facebook Watch if you go to the NASA page. There's lots of avenues for watching the coverage, but the launch is scheduled for right around, I want to say 3:30 or 3:32 or 3:33 or something like that Eastern time. So it'll be about 2:30 here. So we will definitely be tuning in. I don't think we'll be watching the coverage all day, but we're definitely going to tune in about an hour beforehand and see if there's any updates, or, hopefully not, but, if it's seriously going to weather cancel, they may be able to do that early. And then we'll just have to, if that happens, wait and see when the next window is. For whatever reason, and I didn't get into the details of this, the launch window is just a few seconds. I remember back in the day watching the space shuttle launch, they would get to T-2 minutes and then they would hold, and they might hold for 20, 30 minutes. And then, it could be a weather hold, it could be a maintenance hold, and then they would get down and you'd be in your final countdown, and they'd get to 5 seconds and they would hold again. And sometimes it was weather, sometimes it was just we needed to check these systems or whatever, and then all of a sudden it would go. So their launch window was pretty big before they got to the point where, hey, usually it was it's a 2-hour window, or I don't know what it was, but it seemed like there was a very big window where it, if you didn't make your first go at it, you could hold for a while, and if the issue cleared up, you could still go. But apparently whatever trajectory or whatever they're doing with the SpaceX, the window is very short. So literally, if they don't make the launch if they can't make it right at T-0, they got to scrub it, which was the case. They said on Wednesday when they canceled it, I think they were like at T-minus 20 minutes or 20 minutes. And the briefing that they got from weather was it's not going to be a go. You know, if you could give us an hour, the weather will probably clear up and be good for launch, but it won't be good enough for the timeline that they had. So I don't understand why the tolerances are so tight, and I need to look that up because I'm interested to find that out. Also, I didn't say that is also part of the reason why I picked my Buck Rogers brush for today. And that is because, well, it should be very apparent why I picked the Buck Rogers, but it is modeled after a Made-Right brush. I believe it's a Made-Right 76. And there's also a Ever-Ready 100 that is similar in design, but not the same dimensions or profile, but very similar. And that is actually the first brush that I ever had. And that's why I loved the Buck Rogers when it came out, because it was very similar to that Ever-Ready brush. And I nicknamed, it's not the official name, but that Ever-Ready I nicknamed the Rocket. So, and this does kind of look like the general shape of the tail end of a rocket engine. So it's kind of like a rocket. That's why I picked it. Maybe a little bit more water in this. Did not mention, but I will now, that the razor I'm using today is a new to me razor that is on loan, and I'm testing it. It is the Feather ASD2. I have been wanting to try this razor almost my entire wet shaving career. So for the last 10 years. It's one that's always put out there. People always say good things about it. It was probably one of the first all stainless razors, which is why a lot of people got it. And I always looked at it, and I guess I just don't remember reading reviews on it. I never read, so I didn't know what to expect. I saw that Major Rich on the Shaving Cadre was using it, and asked him what he thought of it. And because I'd always wanted to try one and I was curious. And he's like, well, this is on loan from Sam Woodpusher. And he's in Canada. And he doesn't want me to send it back to him right now because of the Canada Post and all the, I don't know if they're closed or they've got issues, so he didn't want it going through the mail right now and getting caught up somewhere. So he's like, let me ask Sam if I can send it to you to test out. And now I got it. So I was impressed from the get-go. Again, did not know what to expect. Wasn't really reading reviews, and if I did, it's been years, so I don't remember. I always envisioned this to be just like the Tech, Gillette Tech. That's how I always thought it would be, just from looking at it. Maybe somebody in the past has said it looked like a Tech, and that's in the back of my mind, but I don't remember that specifically. But I love a mild razor, and this does feel like the tech, only better. This is so smooth. No irritation whatsoever. I don't feel hardly any like blade feel, which I don't like blade feel. I don't like aggressive razors. I don't like blade feel. And to me, this razor is just absolutely perfect. It has the exact feel that I want from a razor, so I'm definitely going to pick one of these up at some point. Let's off my brush before I forget. And let's see, what did I use? Grass, so let's go with, I don't know. I typically go, when I'm in the mood for that, when I have that soap, I typically grab my Master Jade, but I think I'm just gonna grab some Bay Rum. Actually, I'm gonna go with the lime. I'm gonna go with the Grand Bay Lime Bay Rum today. I'm going to do a little bit of witch hazel first. Did you notice my hair's different? Yeah, we dyed it a couple days ago and tried something different. Tried a little two-tone. So we got the bluish teal on the one side and the purple on the other side. I think it looks really, really good. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it so far. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out because you can see at the top, I mean, obviously it gets a little thin. You can see some of the purple through the blue. A little teeny bit of blue you can see through the purple, so I wasn't sure how that, I figured that would be the case up here. I wasn't sure at which point it would stop, but I'm very happy with the way it looks. A little bit of sting from Bay Rum, but you kind of expect that. The lime in here is pretty light. So, today, two things. You're gonna go watch SpaceX. You wanna watch that launch. It's historic. Hopefully it goes. Hopefully we don't have to push that off again. And, you know, if you're interested, like I said, I'm gonna post a picture right here at the very end of the brush that I just got. It's mine. I claimed it. I haven't paid for it yet, but it's mine. So it'll be here probably in a few days after Ken sends me an invoice and I can pay for it. But if you're interested in a brush like that, which is a brand new, the brushes that are coming out today are prototypes. They were the first off the line. And like I said, I think he's got about 18 of them coming off, all different handle materials. So there's probably something for everybody in the drop. But you gotta be there. You gotta have those Facebook notifications turned on and get notified as soon as Ken posts something, because they go like that. You gotta respond within the first minute if you want one. But if you're really interested, it's worth it, and probably easier than checking out through his webpage, because you know it's whoever checks out first. You know, if you put it in your cart first and somebody else puts it in their cart, but they're able to check out faster than you, they're going to get it. So in that way, it's not necessarily a first come first serve. It's whoever can do it the quickest, which is kind of what's going on here on the Facebook group too. You got to be the quickest, but if you know what you're looking for and you see it, boom, you can get it right away. I got it with no problem, but a few seconds after I posted to claim it, somebody else posted. So it was kind of like just a split second difference between us. But even if you don't want a brush, it's still a fun thing to watch. There's a lot of conversation going on, people talking about the brushes, talking about the drops. Ken's having some fun. he made a couple of mistakes earlier doing the copy paste thing and forgot to change one. The brush that I got is the graphite, and the verbiage said Krakatoa, but the Krakatoa one had already sold prior, and I'm like, I claimed it because of the picture, and then I'm like, hey, it says Krakatoa, but this is graphite. I'm like, what's the deal? So he was having some fun with that, using some fun Latin lawyer terms to have some fun with it, but it's all good. So that is my shave for the day. Go have some fun, enjoy the weather if your weather's good. Ours is great. We're going to go out golfing with my son pretty soon. Looking forward to that, and enjoy your shaves. See you later, guys, on the Cadre, or Facebook, or YouTube, or wherever you watch me. Later.